Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of VGU Talks, where we have a chat about what's happening in the world of games. I'm the expert protocols from VideoGamesUncovered.com, and today we're going to be looking into the brand new characters that are going to be coming in to September's Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. Now, if you don't know me, I'm a huge Dynasty Warriors fan, loving Dynasty Warriors, Warriors Orochi, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors Gundam, Fist of the North Star, Pirate Warriors. Basically, I just love all the games. And seeing that Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate is going to be an updated version of what we got earlier, it's going to add in some new stuff, it's going to add in some new characters, as well as some updates to current characters. And I thought I would go over some of the new characters for you. So without further ado, let's get deep. First character of which I'm going to speak about is Tamamo, who uses a scroll and is a wonder type character. Very interesting. It's her first appearance in the series, so it will be very interesting to see how she does play out. And she's linked to history with her historical name being Tamamo no Mae. Very, very interesting indeed. If you want a little bit of background on Tamamo, here it is. Tamamo no Mae is a mythological Japanese figure from the late Heian period. She is either a 2- or 9-tailed fox, who is known for her beauty and wicked cunning. Japanese folklore may compare her to Daiji, or state that Tamamo is a Japanese pseudonym for her. This version is often defeated by Seimei, or his descendants, or by Taegong Wang. It's a very interesting character indeed, especially since she uses scrolls, so expect a lot of projectile using, at least from what I can see. She's going to be a very interesting character. I've seen other unique characters that use different weapon sets, such as scrolls. I'm not too fond of them, but it is something to definitely put into consideration for Tamamo. She looks like she's going to bring down the pain. Character number 2 is actually one of the characters I am really looking forward to after being hyped so much. It's Yinlong, using twin dragon swords, and immediately reminds me of classic Liu Bei from Dynasty Warriors 3 and 4, mostly Dynasty Warriors 4, and wow, this guy looks insanely cool. He's a power type character, which should suit him really well. I've seen some of his fighting abilities already, and wow. Wow. Does it show promise. He's going to be up there with Lu Bu and Tadakatsu Honda, that's for sure. And he's obviously based on the historical character by the same name, Yinlong. And here's some background on the character, in case you're interested. Yinlong is a mythological Chinese dragon-like beast. Depending on the source, it is seen as one of the 4 divine beasts protecting the Yellow Emperor, a divine rainmaker, or as the chief of the 4 dragons, being Red Dragon, Green Dragon, White Dragon, and Black Dragon. The dragon is also known to have once clashed blades with Chi-Yo or Nuwa. Very interesting indeed. This is going to be his first appearance as well, so I'm looking forward to how he's going to play out. I think he's going to be more of a heavier user, kind of like a Lu Bu and a Tadakatsu Honda. But heck, if you want to see some of his moves already, check it out. His moves are pretty friggin' insane. The next character is actually going to be a rehash of a character we've already had in Warriors Orochi, but is now going to be in a younger form. So I'm a little bit 50-50. I don't know whether we're now going to have 2 versions of this character, young and older. But it'll be cool to see. And the character I'm talking about is Neza, who is a very interesting character. It's very futuristic, very different in comparison to the other characters. He has bladed rings and other mechanical parts. He has fire trip lances and bladed rings in his younger version, and which is pretty nuts. And he has another weapon on top of that being called demon rings. He's all about rings. Now, you thought Sonic the Hedgehog was all about rings? Nah, Neza is all about rings. He's a speed type character, so you can expect him doing some crazy moves, incredibly fast, digging through thousands and thousands of yellow turban rebels. At least that's how I like testing out characters for the first time. Shove them up against the yellow turbans. And his first appearance was actually in the base Warriors Orochi 3. I played it, I played as him, and as soon as I unlocked him, wow, I fell in love. So if we are getting a younger version with a completely new moveset, that'd be great. Here's a little bit of a background on Neza. He is a Chinese mythological figure who is accepted as one of Li Jing's sons. He is famously known for assisting Jiang Jia's war against the Shang dynasty. Proving himself as an esteemed warrior, he was granted passage into the heavens as an anointed prince. Neza later clashed with Sun Wukong and tamed the mighty Bull King. Very interesting indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing more Neza. Such blade, much awesome. Another brand new character coming into the game this time around, unique to Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate, is Kyoubi No Kitsune. And you can immediately tell, it's a friggin' nine-tailed fox. So any of you Naruto fans out there, or anyone that plays Ari in League of Legends, yeah, this is real. Get on it. True Kyoubi. I'm loving it already. I like her art style as well. It's very Dynasty Warriors-esque, and of course, you know my stance on how much I like the game so far. She's a wonder type character. She kind of like the other characters. You're going to be seeing some more projectile-based gameplay, being able to do crazy things such as like lifting people up or casting fire out of nowhere or different elements out of nowhere. I'm looking forward to what this Kyoubi can bring to the table, because this is going to be nuts. I can tell you right now. I'm a little bit of a 50-50 guy when it comes to wonder characters, but heck, if Kyoubi no Kitsune can win me over, that'd be fantastic. Here's a little bit of a background on the character in case you are interested. Kyoubi no Kitsune is a mythological beast whose myths originated from China and spread to other parts of East Asia. Ancient Chinese texts state that it was a malevolent spectre of mischief and trickery with a maddening craving for human flesh. Yet later generations of folklore may instead state that it is a divine guardian for various deities. This fox spirit remains morally ambiguous in East Asian folklore, generally accepted as a magical being that can change its allegiances at any time. Two examples of these foxes are Deiji and Tamamo. Very interesting indeed. So she obviously has a link to Tamamo in some way, shape or form when it comes to the game. It would be great to see how it comes to be, and I'm looking forward to how much of a fight she's going to put up. Those 9 tails, oof, must... If it's anything like the 9-tailed fox from Naruto, or heck, even Ari from League of Legends, oof, she's going to be bringing the pain. Every day, all day. Another new character to the series, and a character that I'm really interested in because he has wings. Not just 2, but 4. To go along with his 4 arms and 4 hand axes. Whoa, this guy looks insane already. I'm talking about Pundun. And this guy looks nuts. He uses hatchets. He's a power character. He's got wings. If he doesn't play as crazily as Ryu Hayabusa does, whoa. I'm just really looking forward to what this guy can do. His aesthetics are nuts. He's just looking insane. Let's put it that way. But let's have a little bit of background on Pundun, see what he's all about. Pundun is a mythological Chinese figure long considered the source of all chaos. One of his bestial counterparts has a canine-like body with long hair with eyes that could see, but with ears that could not hear. It bites on its tail in a fetal position, repeatedly turning into a circle, seeming to smile as its face rolls toward the sky. A fickle and sometimes described as idiotic beast, it despises siding with good people, loves to be with those of evil. Either version of Pundun is considered one of the 4 fiends of Chinese mythology. Okay, this brings up a lot of ideas as to where we can see him. Because he's the being of chaos, he's immediately going to attract a few guys. He's either going to immediately be a follower of Orochi, since he is the being of chaos in these games, or heck, there might be one guy who will look for Pundun to see if he can't get him on his side. I'm talking about Nobunaga Oda, a guy who loves and eats and breathes chaos. Ugh, having this guy on his army for this game, that's gonna change his scape of absolute destruction. I'm looking forward to it. Pundun has got it going on. And then the last 3 characters that we have coming into Warriors Orochi 3 are all crossover characters. And you may be interested to find out which characters are indeed crossing over into the game. The first one, and the one I'm definitely looking forward to. She's a maiden but knows how to absolutely kick your booty. Coming from Dead or Alive along with Ryu Hayabusa and Ayane, it's Kasumi! Yes! I'm loving it. Seeing Kasumi is a fantastic choice. Like, who else from Dead or Alive could they really bring in? And upon saying that, there's probably a million people from Dead or Alive you could probably put in. But Kasumi makes sense. Kasumi does make sense, and she can team up with Ryu and Ayane, as I said, and they would make a really badass team. So of course, she uses the Shrouded Moon Blade, which is a wakizashi, a very small yet very effective blade because she's kind of like a ninja, and it's very, very cool. Her first time being in the Warriors Orochi 3 universe, it's gonna be insane. But let's have a bit of background on who Kasumi is, in case you don't play Dead or Alive and you're not too sure. Kasumi is an original character created by Team Ninja for the Dead or Alive series. She is a rogue kunoichi of her ninja village, having abandoned her home to pursue the personal vendetta of revenge. Although she achieved her goal, Kasumi fights to save the world from her murderous clones, created by Doa Tech, while evading execution from her half-sister, Ayane. So this is going to be incredibly interesting. Ayane and Kasumi have that family background and that clash with one another, and I'm going to imagine if you get her on the team with Ayane, there's going to be a bit of family heat going on. Ooh, I'm looking forward to how they're going to be introducing Kasumi into this one. She is going to bring the fire! Don't know why I said it like that, but hey, that's awesome. The next character might just be from a game that you may not have heard of before, but he's looking badass one way or another. Just seeing him makes me actually want to find out where he's from and obviously check out the game that he is based off of. But who am I talking about? I'm talking about Sturkenberg Background. Sturkenberg. Now that's an awesome name. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. He has a really badass long sword, and he's a power type character, so he's going to be powering it up with guys alongside Ryu Hayabusa. So who is Sturkenberg Background? What game is he from? Well, first off, the game he is actually from is Atelier Melulu. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but it's Atelier Melulu. And it's a very interesting looking game. I haven't actually seen it myself. I'm very new to this, but heck, it's another reason to bring in other characters from those other games. We get to obviously see these new guys and then learn about their games and maybe look into them ourselves. The Sturkenberg Background is an original character created by Gust for the Atelier series. A self-proclaimed knight, he was once a part of Arlen's knighthood until the kingdom turned into a republic. Now an experienced adventurer, his current goal is to find his former liege and question why the knighthood was abolished. Ooh, a very interesting story indeed. I'm not sure how he's gonna come into play. I think he may follow someone as a liege until he realizes that that's not the proper person to follow. So I'm guessing he's probably going to follow someone along the lines of Dong Zhuo, who has Lu Bu on his side. Probably follow him for a bit and then change over to another faction with people that has his own similar mindset. It'll be very interesting to see how Sturkenberg sits. I've seen some of his abilities, and man, his abilities look nuts. They look pretty freaking cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Sturkenberg can bring to a Warriors Orochi 3 ring. And finally, by no means least, this is the one character I am the most hyped for. The one character I was never expecting, but it makes so much sense. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to show you the first ever Soul Calibur character to make it into a Warriors Orochi game. It is Sophia Alexandra. Yes, the legendary maiden. Love it! Out of anyone they could put as the first pick from Soul Calibur, Sophia is a really solid choice. Of course, there'll probably be people out there saying, "Where's my Astaroth, my Ivy, my Cervantes?" But don't worry, this will probably open the doors for more Soul Calibur guys in the future. I mean, Ryu Hayabusa did it for both Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive, so there's nothing really restricting them here. This may just be a test to see how Sophia goes down with the public, and if it does well, we could probably see people like Nightmare, Mitsurugi, even Yoshimitsu, who is also from Tekken, could make an appearance here as well. That could be badass, and that could open up even more doors. So if you don't know who Sophia is, she uses Shield and Sword, also known as the Omega Sword and the Elk Shield. She is a technique type character in this. You can see some very dynamic, very interesting combinations with everything she's going to bring to the table. And of course, she has a pretty badass background. If you don't know what it is, I'll share it with you right now. Sophia Alexandra is an original character created by Namco for the Soul Calibur series, a former holy warrior who fought for the god Hephaestus. Her goal in life is to hunt and destroy Soul Edge. Fragments of a blade were injected into her body when it shattered once, and its dark energies infected her, and... Fragments of a blade were injected into her when it shattered once, and its dark energies infected her and her then unborn children. Soul Edge's malevolence turns her children mad whenever the sword or its fragments are nearby. She fights with the hopes of saving her children from its influences. I can imagine Sophia has a very interesting role to play in the game. I'm gonna guess she's gonna come out of nowhere, see a general like Cao Cao, Nobunaga, like one of the more darker generals from the series, immediately think that they're harboring Soul Edge, and go into a mad frenzy trying to defeat them, thinking that defeating them will destroy Soul Edge and save people once and for all. It'll be very interesting to see how things are put together. Even have a storyline where she's on a mission to kill Orochi, who is planning to reforge Soul Edge. That would be an interesting plan. And that is why I'm hyped for Sophia. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, those are all the brand new characters coming into Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate. But I am very interested to see what you think about these new additions. Who are you most looking forward to? Who are you most interested in? And do you think that some of the new crossover characters are going to open the doors for bigger and better things? I'm hoping with Namco bringing in more guys from their other games, I'm praying that maybe, just maybe, we can see some of their titles that we haven't seen a game from in some years make an appearance once again. But that is what I'm going to be talking about in a future video indeed. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time for another edition of VGU Talks.